and I'm trying to covering the live chess event, which is the 64th Inter-County Team Battle, happening on League Chess. And there is a club in particular I'd like to cover in today's event, and that is the Richmond Junior Chess Club. You can see it here. And yeah, I mean, I know all the students there. At some point, they went through beginners, intermediates, until they reached the highest peak in their preparation, now being the advanced groups of our kids. But of course, the intermediates are more than welcome to play in this League Chess event, 64th Intercounty Team Battle. Now, I'd like to put also for their parents a link from the YouTube. If I manage to do that, I'll try do it now, and then I'm going to start perusing through the games. Ah, there it is. So share this link to what's up, and let me go to the parents page, and then I'm just good to go with our games. So let's go. Let me refresh the page, making sure we're having everything in place. Sound should be in order. We should be live streaming on 5 destinations, including YouTube and Facebook and Twitch, and 2 or 3 more. Let's see. So that's number 5. This is the club. I'm interested in covering their live games. Okay. Now I wonder if they actually started playing. It is 6:04. Aren't they supposed to be starting? Or it might be maybe a couple of minutes delay or anything. Okay. So it should be here. I should be seeing some of the games happening. Let me see. Is Yukai playing? Yukai is one of our kids. And it's not the only one. We also got, of course, Liam. Let me see if he's playing. I'm looking for the live games. Go back a bit. I'm not sure it started yet. I'm not sure the games had started. I wonder if there is a delay. Should we go and try do some quick chess puzzle or 1 or 2 chess puzzles before they actually start? Let me see if I got the correct link. Let me see if I'm on the right page. So, what did the guy say? We got to do it, man. Aha, it's this one. It's 67th, not 64th. Yeah, well, pardon me. I don't know why I got the 64th. It's 67th. Okay. Okay. So apologize for that misspelling. Okay. Let's see. Who's playing what? Is Liam playing now? Did he lose already? Mary Jane. This is not an art club, right? Let me find someone that actually plays live from RJCC. Okay, there's also some beginner here, 137, right? Oscar, Yukai, Liam. Is he playing? Who's playing from our guys? I wonder. Mithron, okay. Did they start? Did they start? It looks like for the last 6 minutes they've been playing. Players, 12 players. Okay. Looking for a live game. Who's playing for our guys here? Mr. Ghost is cool. Is he playing? Mr. Ghost is cool. This one had been concluded. No, actually, it's happening live. So you, Kylie. So this is one of our guys with white, one of our students. Okay, so let's look at this one. 67th. Pardon my 64 misspelling. I don't know why I thought it's 64th. It's 67th intercounty team battle. This with white is our student from RJCC playing someone from Sussex, Virginia. And 4 minutes and something. Still blitz, not bullet. Queen attacks the knight. Knight goes to safety nicely. There is a nice pawn majority here. A2, A3, B2, C3. Nice pawn majority. Black's turn to play, right? They go for a trade. I think you should accept a trade. I mean, just simplify things. Why wouldn't you? Just simplify, of course. Nice one, Yukai. Now that, exactly, Queen B6. That's what I wanted to suggest myself as being a potential move. Well, just take. Or you want to do check first. He wants to trade, actually. He don't want to complicate anything. He wants to go for trades. And white is winning here because, yeah, this guy can be stopped. King goes f2 and the black pawn can't make it through. And he got a pawn majority here. So those guys are going to transform, extra pawn, go for the A and B promotion, and everything's fine. So Yukai had play very well. So this one is a win for white. That's that. Black should resign. Black should resign, yeah. Just push one of the A or B pawns. Okay, he wants to make sure they're gonna... Okay, they want to connect, but probably you could just push this. Yeah, maybe he should have played G3 maybe first. He goes for the pawn majority. This guy's a little bit of a passer here. Yeah, I think he should have played G3 previously, but yeah, the king is going to come closer now. There's still a little bit of work to do. I don't think he played maybe the most accurate moves. Let me just go back in time a little bit. Here. I wonder if G3 would have been one. I wonder if there would be any difference. Well, you have to play the king now because you got to stop the... Yeah, now maybe just go now straight away with B and A. So let's just go where we were. G3 had been played anyway. Of course, black is not going to take here because then you're going to capture, and when they move, you're going to approach again, and that pawn can't really promote or anything. Well, you can close off everything. He tries to advance with the D pawn as well. I reckon if king goes D6, you're going to push A6, right? Therefore, the black king will not be able to actually stopping in the middle, the white D pawn, and the pass pawn on the A file, I suppose it's going to happen. That's it. Pass pawn on the A file. Yeah, you can't stop them all. That's it. I think if black plays this, you could just waste the move. And when they move closer, you're going to push the other pawn. And one way or another... Ah, he resigned. Of course, black resigned here. Okay, cool. So that was the first game that we looked at. And we're going to look at a few more. I'm not sure I'm going to be covering for the entirety of the event, but I'll do my best. So let's see. Richmond Junior Chess Club. This is the club I'm covering the games for. I'm working with these fellas there. We got, who's playing? Who else is playing? Liam. Is Liam playing anything? He didn't play nothing just yet, right? He didn't play anything. What other live games have we gotten? Okay, let's see. This guy, is he playing now? Yes. Let's see. Okay, for RJCC, Renishek with the white pieces. Okay. There's a battery here. If the white knight moves, you're gonna be checkmated. So he better be careful with that one. He pushes on the A and B. Is this really important? Maybe, just maybe. Yeah, that comes with a little bit of a weakening. So that kind of G3 to making sure the battery is completely inoperable, so to speak, that would weaken the light squares. So what's the way out? Ah, the way out. Yeah, maybe. But now you can't do it because the knight is pinned. You need to unpin. He tries to. Now, if they take, you gotta take back with the knight. Otherwise, you're gonna have an issue with the battery, bishop, and queen. So I think it's a bit of a relief now for whites here. Knight on a3 is paramount, stopping the checkmate. Now, because there is no light square bishop, couldn't you just play g3, I wonder? Just to make sure that the knight is free to go do whatever they want. And also there is something maybe about the e-file you want to take advantage of. Maybe some rook fe1. Because the black king hadn't been castled, they are exposed and vulnerable. Maybe they should go for some discover checks. Unnecessary trying to moving stuff on a queen side, maybe not the most important stuff to do. Yeah, I think they should just play rook fe1, aligning rook with the uncastled king. And this kind of stuff that could happen later. Now I reckon rook takes, queen takes, right? He wants to disperse the battery by pushing b6, I gather. Yeah, okay. Now bishop has to take, and the knight on d7 is pinned. Now he castled. Well, if he castled, he castled. I think g3 sort of has to be played. Otherwise, you're gonna stay with that. You're gonna stay with that knight on f3, always carefully guarding h2 checkmate threat due to the battery. So rather than getting worried, I mean, just keeping this stuff at the back of your mind. Maybe you forget about it. Maybe you're gonna get under a minute and you're gonna play stuff. So there's a risk you lose touch of this idea. So maybe they should just play g3, stopping the battery, and just the knight is free to go whatever. And get some rooks maybe on the c, break through. What the heck? That's the queen, that's the rook on the c file. Try to breaking if you can. He moved it on the b. The heck, I think rook c would have been better perhaps. I mean, you want to push c6, right? So rook fc1 in order to play c6, and whatever they take, you don't care, because you're going to open up the c file with tempo on hitting the black queen. That's what I think. But anyway, you guys seeing this, right? Yes, you do. So I'm covering this event, my TikTokers and the rest of the guys, because what's this? We are launching a new feature. They always launch a new feature. This guys. Right. Action requested. Stand out for potentially this and that. Oh, give me a break. You know, those marketing stuff. New recipe, revolutionary. There's nothing new or revolutionary. It's the same old marketing nonsense. Okay. Back to chess, so to speak. What is this stuff going to do? Ooh, I can see clearly now. There was something with Cliff Richard, right? I can see clearly now. Bishop a5. And you're gonna grab something. But why did the rook move there in the first place? I do not know. What is going on, fellas? Neither of them played the most maybe rigorous stakes. Anyway, how's he gonna catch back with? Question is, what is he gonna take back with? I don't know. Now you can take with this guy, I reckon. So c5 takes b6, hits the queen. The rook is here for the time being. So white don't just take advantage. What? He should have taken with the pawn, I reckon. Because if queen captured previously, or whatever, you would have attacked the queen, I meant. So, yeah, well, now... Yeah, well... If they take a new capture, you might have an issue with this. I mean, you should have played g3 ages ago, I guess. Hello, Mr. Empirical Facts. My YouTube visitor. Bishop e3, move to safety. Now that bishop on e3 is like a big pawn here. I like that bishop. That's like a big pawn, so to speak. I mean, I'm not very enthralled with the bishop on e3, but So this guy is a pawn for the time being. He ain't doing too much. Black to play. I don't know. They better move that rook away. But it's not me to say I'm actually rooting for the player with the white pieces because they're playing for Richmond Junior Chess Club. Queen being hit. Oops. Gotta move that queen. Double attack on the b8. Okay, he moved to safety. He attacks the bishop. He attacks the knight. It looks promising now for Mr. or Miss, or I don't know who they are. Reneshik. I don't know the username to what student it belongs to. But definitely they play for our club, so I'm rooting for them. That is Richmond Junior Chess Club. So now we got double threat here. Play by white. What is very important is that the bishop on b8 is being attacked, and at the same time the knight on c3. It's optimistic, and also white, it's worth saying that white is having a pass pawn on the c file. So this guy is just free to go, advance, and things. But let's take it step by step. Every single piece matters absolutely. Every single pawn matters very much. Well played, Reneshik. Well played, and nice one. Nice one indeed. Back to 67th intercounty, not 64 as I said. That was a misspelling. I just copy-paste some old message, I think. Apologies for this. You guys are gonna understand that probably. Billy Little Legs. Little legs, not eggs. What the heck am I talking about? Hey, look how Amadeo plays. And his brother, Raphael. Let's see if Raphael plays here. Are you playing? Raphael. Yes, he's playing. Raphael is playing. Let's have a look at this one. It's like intermediate, I guess, 1100 rated player. Let's have a look here. What is going on? Raphael plays for our club. Whose turn is it? Black. That's a check. That's a check. So that is a move with tempo. King is in check. They have to move. And then you're going to figure out what you do with the bishop. There is a weird stuff with this queen attacking b4. Hey, get the queen on f7 now. Good. Now he has to figure out some ways here. There is another check. There's another check there. Probably he should look at that. Yeah, maybe this as well, but check is a check, though. A check is a check. King can't move yet. That's the stuff probably I would have played myself as well. It is a check indeed. Let me look at the material. 3 minor pieces simplify the whole game. Let me think. There's another check here. Excellent, Raphael. There's another check. But then the queen is going to be hit by the rook. But you're going to keep doing the checks, right? What? Take the queen. Take the queen. Or maybe queen takes c5, having some discover checks. That looks a bit more appealing to me. I mean, you can trade off the queen. Don't get me wrong. You take, I mean, just... Yeah, I guess queen e5 also was a good move. I don't think that was such a bad move. Okay, what do you do with this knight here? Okay, what do you want to do with that knight? Well, he want to do stuff. Now move the bishop to safety somewhere. Maybe bishop f5. Okay, he attacks. Fine, but he's going to play this. I mean, you don't want to do threefold repetition now, right? With this huge advantage, material advantage, he got like 1 billion extra pieces. Now the bishop is safe, the knight is safe. There could be a further harassment for the knight, but not a big problem. I guess you just go somewhere. And make some space, dude. Get the bishop out if you can. Good. Good. That is good indeed. I think he could do this, and then winning this guy. I think he should play b3. Then something like bishop a3. You check, and then... yeah, I think that works anyway. He wins. I think he's actually poised to winning the... He should play this. Yeah, well. Yeah, well, now get the knight back in the center. Okay, fine. The knight is being captured. As long as the knight is being captured, and white is winning here. So Raphael is just simply winning the game here. Play in the center, stay there with the knight like forever. And this is more than enough. That's it. White is doing very well. extra material. You got everything. You got the bishop A, you got the knight centrally positioned, you've got the rook that's going to capture the knight probably, then you're going to get the rook on the C file, and everything looks very good. That doesn't mean nothing. Take the knight, brother. Or take whatever with the bishop or whatever you want to take with. Maybe with the rook. Maybe with the rook. Come on, man. Take that rook off. I mean, I guess the other guy, I mean, they could have resigned because they already lost. If they don't resign, just try to simplify the game very quickly. Don't complicate nothing. Trade off. Rook AC1. Okay, he took. Fine. Everything works pretty much. It's so big advantage. White has so massive advantage here that you should just go for trades. Save the bishop though. Check and grabbing. Okay, black is collapsed ages ago. Well played, Raphael. Cheers, brother. Finishing my coffee. I'd rather had, I would have, yeah, I should have gotten one of those energy drinks though. They're more efficient to me. Anyway, I'll stick with the coffee for the time being. Black should resign here. Maybe we should be looking at another game. Ruff is gonna win this. Just push any of them. B4, D4, whatever. This guy captured. Okay, this game over. This game over. I hope you're not gonna stalemate the black king. You're not gonna stalemate them, right? Back to other games. 67 intercounter team battle. Okay, let's look at one of our guys. One of our students, one that we haven't looked at before, is Liam playing. If Liam is playing, his opponent's gonna have big problem. Liam is kind of like the strongest. I think he beats me any day in Bullet and Blitz. I might beat him though in Classical, if I'm in a good mood. I just try to make up excuses. I always make up excuses. So, but yeah, if Liam would play, he would just probably just kind of like beat them all. So, I'm not sure who's Billy Little Legs. Billy Little Legs. I said Little Eggs, and that's not the correct one. I don't know who they are, but it don't matter. Let's see what they played. Harry the Cat. Okay, this is something. Billy Little Legs from Full Richmond Junior Chess Club playing Harry the Cat. Okay, it's a battle. It's a battle. Harry the Cat. Yeah. Okay. So what is going on here? Since when is the queen on f3? I think it's been a trade. Some bishop took a knight and then queen took on f3. Okay. Okay. We're going to see knight f c3, I hope. We're going to see a castle short, I hope. And just simple positional chess. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Black's done, by the way. So they castled. Okay, fair enough. Knight c3 or castle short, I think they would be quite good. I don't see what's the problem here. Castle short, always good. There is no light square bishop, so white is happy from this point of view. And white is also enjoying the bishop pair. Let me tell you something. Maybe c3 to just making sure there is no knight b4 or knight d4 coming. Maybe c3 and then knight b1 to d2. Good lad. Billy Little Legs. Billy Little shaved legs. That's good. c3, taking b4 and d4 from the black knight. And I guess knight b1 to d2. Okay, they want to push b5. So, okay. You know, you could drop it b3 now. And if there's further harassment, you're going to play bishop c2 potentially. I think it's fine. I think it's great. Be careful, Billy Little Eggs here. That one wasn't quite necessary. I mean, b5 was good. a4 challenging? Yeah, actually, that's good. If they take, you take with the bishop and you attack c6. It's good. Okay, you take and you attack the knight. Where's the knight going to go? They're going to go somewhere safe. If they don't, that would be a blunder. And I hope white's gonna punish them straight away. Oh, don't put your queen in a pin, Harry the cat. The queen should never be placed in a pin. That doesn't look... Yeah, that is actually quite a good intention because they want to put pressure on the pin piece. Could this be played, though, I wonder? I wonder. I mean, if they take, you take with tempo, you see? Yeah, but then if you take back, this guy takes back. So I'm not sure ends up very well for black in this situation here. Hello, sorry, hello, YVHYA. Just covering this chess event, 67th, and I wrongly advertised it as 64th. I think it was an old message, and I just copy-pasted the old message. I couldn't be bothered to type it in, so I just copy-pasted an old title from an old stream or an old message. Right, so what's black gonna play? Well, that's a problem here. There's a problem here. Take the queen now. He has to take the queen. Like, you have to take the queen. Good. Now, black's gonna take with tempo. That is true. And now you're gonna take back. True. And when the knight takes, ta-da! You take the bishop on e7, attacking the rook on f8. So, take it now, brother. Take it. Good. Now move the bishop somewhere safe. Maybe h4. Okay, fine. I guess black's gonna capture. And then you're gonna go rook fe1. And if they double up the rooks, well, you take. Then they take. And then maybe take here, because knight on f3 guards the e1. So, sounds like a plan to me. Trade off, trade off. He should be trading off everything now. Hello, dirty-tailed fox. You guys are very ingenious and creative with your usernames. Some of them, I can't even read them. And I've probably, yeah, okay. You guys are very creative with your usernames. Dirty-tailed fox. Okay. What does that do? Let me think. Well, they want to do some kind of like maybe knight c6. I'm not sure what they want to do with that knight. For the time being, it's not clear. Maybe just get that. Maybe just trade off something. This is a pass pawn. You have to treat this one seriously, that black pawn. Maybe he should be focusing on trading off the black rook on the b file and then get that pawn as quickly as you can. Fix the pawn first. Okay, I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea. They take, they push, you get in front, they push again, you go right here and you stay there. Well, take the rook, right? You have to. Yeah, you got to pay attention to that pawn on the A. So, yeah, okay, that works. They go, you go, they go again. Then you're going to play knight c3. Okay, it might be working. It might be working. It's good. It's playable and totally winnable for Billy Little Legs. Billy the Kid. Oh, yeah. Now go knight a3, I guess. I think you gotta go knight a3. Knight a3, I suppose. What if... Yeah, knight a3. Good lad. Very good, Billy. Very good, Billy boy. That's knight a3. It's good. So rook takes now. Knight takes. If rook goes away, well, I don't know. We're gonna figure out something. Takes and takes. This is sort of good for white, I guess. Let's see. The knight. Take it. Take the knight. Take the knight. They go with the king. Take the knight. There's no more activity in terms of pieces. There's no more pieces available for black. Take the knight off. March on with the king. And that's it. Smart boy. Very well played, Billy. Billy boy, very good game. Very good game from Billy. No. Okay-ish. They go here. You're going to go with the king and you're going to capture regardless. Okay, the A pawn is going to be captured now. He better play king b3, which he just did. So this guy going to be captured. If they push the check, you could take it with the king because the knight guards a2. Okay, just careful. Let's see. Can we play this? Will they play this? Nah, I don't like it. Just move to king b3, I guess. King b3. You have to do king b3. Okay. And now I don't know. Is this one working? Because that's check, by the way. That is a check. And attacks also c7. He should do that. Nah, I don't think so. I think knight b5 would have been better. What do you think, uh, Tail Fox and Mr. Empirical Facts? And yeah, I think you should have played knight b5 previously. Okay, knight c7. Okay, okay, it's good. Now the white knight is going to attack from behind everything. Good, good. Okay, it's white is winning. If you don't mess it up massively, white is winning now. Play this. Nah, king should have stayed there. No, king should have stayed there because black just goes with counterplay. King b3, you want to do this kind of stuff. There is still a knight, I get it, but it was not necessary. It was not necessary. You shouldn't have played that. Yes, Dirty Tail Fox, I think. Let me just go back a bit. No, the white king has to stay on c2. You don't move the king away. What he had to play is just do something like knight to g7. You attack the guys. You're going to push. You're going to go yourself on f5 and try and go for more checks. Try grab some, do some other threats. Okay, but the things had happened anyway. Black resigned. He should have played a bit more, I think. But anyway, here we are. Back to 67th. Let's see. Other guys. Is Yukai play? Yes, he does. Yes, he does play. That is looking... Playing Damien. Damien is 2300. This is crazy. These guys are really, really strong now. This is a live game. I'm watching it. I'm watching this game, which is live. You see Yukai Lee playing Damien. You see? Right. Close. I hope you guys see what I'm seeing. Yes. Okay. Cool stuff. That is, I don't even know what to say about this. What the heck is going on? Interesting, but I didn't watch this game from the very beginning. Looks a little bit shaky for white. Yeah, I don't like white very much here. I don't like very much what's going on with whites. I think you're going to get a little bit toast here, white. Black is having extra material. The white king is exactly what they shouldn't be. Yukai lost the piece. He lost the piece. That ain't looking very good. It doesn't look very good. Yeah, I guess they could just push b5. It doesn't even bother with this. Yeah, this is just too painful to keep playing it. I think I would have resigned too. I guess b5 would have been a good reply. Also this one now because, I mean, you don't have game. You don't have nothing to play. It's a problem. Probably you're going to go queen to e3. You can't take because you're pinned. And I'm not sure how you're defending unless you're getting rook from the G over to the F file to play defensively. Or whatever you play is horrible with white. So I think I would have resigned too. Oh, that's already one. He just resigned here. Tail Fox, yes, yes. Thanks for the follow, like, and subscribe, fellas. Hi there, Jack. Yes, I would have resigned too. That was just done. That was just done. Okay, let's see another of our guys. Hey, let's see Oscar and Renishek. Oscar playing for, who's this? Kingston or Kensington? I don't know what club is there. It's something Kingston, right? Oh, Kensington. Okay. Uh this is a inter-county team battle on leechess.org. London clubs, Rich Virginia Chess Club. Okay, Renishik. Yeah. Renishika being black. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Queen's been traded. Hey, 2 white rooks, 2 black. Where's the other black rook? Where's the other black rook? Ah, here they are. Okay, 2 black rooks, 3 minor pieces. Let me look at the pawns. 2, 4, 6, 2, 3, 5. Okay. This is very complicated. Seeing the C6 black pawn is sort of hanging. Also, this rook is very weirdly positioned here, but I guess they want to go for the F2, right? That is an interesting way to attack. F2 is actually double hit. Oh, knight e4 defends and attacks, but the b2 pawn had been captured now. It looks increasingly interesting here. I think this guy can be captured. Because, yes, I hope Renishika considers seriously taking on e3. Am I right, Jack? And what is... Wait a minute. What about knight e3? Is there something very bad about this? It's an honest question. I mean, what's wrong with this? Do you agree, Jack and Tailed Fox and YVHYA? You guys agree maybe on knight e3 would have been a better choice? Knight f6. I don't know about this. Completely unnecessary. No, I don't think that was a better move. I don't think knight f6 was a good stuff for black to play. Knight takes e3 would have been much better. Knight f6 is not that great. I don't think it's that great at all. No, I don't think so. Anyway, it's been played. So, it don't matter at this stage. Yeah, bishop takes c6. What can I say? Definitely. So, yeah, well... He squandered the chance. He had a better way to attack. Hello, Daisy. Oh, I don't want anything animated because I'm getting dizzy. I'm already getting dizzy because it's a lot of bullet and blitz taking place, and if it's animated, I'm getting seriously dizzy. So thank you, Ella, Daisy. I'm not in the buying stance nowadays anyway. So cheers. I'll keep doing my chess. Have a good day, Daisy. What is Renishika doing here? Well, of course you prefer white now, perhaps, after the last 2-3 moves had happened. It's still not a done deal. It's not finished. It's still happenings. But yeah, I mean, if you want to throw in some bishop h6, just look at this. If you want to consider some bishop h6 ideas, so you take the dark squares, you hit the rook's got to go. Like where? There is no such thing as absolute safety, I think. They're both quite attackable. They are not absolutely safe, that safe. They are attackable. So bishop to h6 would cover the dark squares, attacks the rook. The black rook has got to go. The king can't move on g7. And then black has to be careful about the back rank issues. One way or another, because they might just get checkmated if they don't pay attention. It's complicated now, and it's going to be even more complicated because the guys are going to go low on time. So that makes me think that actually they're going to commit some mistakes now due to the lack of time. Bishop pair. Tough. If I were white, I would go bishop h6 pretty much. Certainly. I'd go for this kind of idea. Very likely. Let me see if I'm getting checkmated with white or something. No, I think you could go bishop h6 with white, that is. I don't know what this guy's doing, Oscar, but yeah, bishop h6 all day. Oh, they agreed on a draw. You know something? I think it's the wisest decision for both players because this game is very complicated. It could have gone either way. So the decision, good job, boys or girls. I think this is a very wise decision. Make it a draw. This is far from over. This is just complicated. Why wasting time calculating all sorts of craziness here? Yeah, forget about this. Good. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Let's see. Some other Richmond Junior players. Well, this is the only one I've seen happening right now. So let's have a look again here. Yukai being with the Blacks versus STM. What is this going on here? This bishop looks very nicely towards g2 and such, but this knight is a pain in the back. Stays on a dark square. You can't move that guy away. You can't challenge the white knight, which is on a very ideal outpost. You can't touch the knight. So the white knight should stay there like forever. White now attacks the queen and opens up the b file. I'm not sure which way you want to play. Queen goes to safety away from the rook's A and B file potentially getting opened. So white is pushing the B. What are you going to take back with? Rook takes. So I guess if rook takes, you're going to take with the knight. Okay, you have to move the... Wait a minute. Rook c5. Am I wrong? Rook c5? What's wrong with rook c5? Do they play this kind of stuff? There's something taking place here. Gotta give it some attention. If queen b6, what's white exactly supposed to be doing? Are you going to sack that rook now? I mean, that bishop is quite dangerous, but the rook is a rook. So, how exactly are you defending the rook, I wonder? You need to sack the rook, right? The rook takes c6. So, Dirty Tail Fox, that's what I think too. Yes, a rook takes c6. I don't think you got a choice now. What? Okay. He decided to play it in this fashion because he created A and B passed pawns. This is very good thinking. Kudos to you, guys. It's actually now white. Although white has given a rook, guys, I think you fully appreciate the fact that there is an A and B passed pawns. Connected passed pawns. By the way, I've got a video on YouTube and TikTok exactly on this theme. Connected passed pawns. So now A and B pawns can't be stopped. Absolutely, Jack. I agree with you 100%. Knight on d6 is a nightmare. I would want to play against that knight. I think black wants to sack an exchange on the d6. Is desperation with that knight, I'm telling you. That knight is a nightmare. So black, I guess, they would like to trade off a rook for that knight sooner or later. But they still black, I think Yukai, don't get me wrong, I'm rooting for my student at Richmond Junior Chess Club. But yeah, black is suffering greatly. There's just a nightmare to play here. I don't know what the heck happened. Okay, that's a mouse slip. Okay, this is a mouse slip. Queen c6. But even if the queen didn't do c6, by the way, this is a mouse slip. It's, I think, 99.99, it's a mouse slip. It don't matter because how on earth are you going to stop A and B pawns? Well, you kind of cannot. It's very, very uncomfortable to play with black in this position. Those rooks don't mean nothing because of the knight, and those rook means nothing because of the A and B connected passed pawn. So this is a little bit game over. And these guys are very strong, 22, 2100. They ain't gonna... You can't win against this. But nice game, nonetheless. Very nice game. Very nice game. Let me pick up now another... Hey, who's this? Oh, Yukai plays again. Is there any other students from Restful Duck? That's a wonderful username. Restful Duck. This is amazing. I told you that some of the usernames are so creative. Let me pick up some of our other students. I can't see anyone apart from Yukai who's doing a lot of grinding. So I'm covering again Yukai's game. I think Liam went to have a coffee or something. Although he's too young to having a coffee. Do you think he drinks coffee? He's too young, I guess. He don't drink. He drinks probably milk and cocoa. I think he's like 16 or 17. He drinks milk and cocoa and biscuits. Well, biscuits is good. Well, knight on c3. c3 now defending. Knight on d4, protected with the c3 pawn. That's what I meant. I think you should take on c6 because you're giving black to isolated pawns. I'm talking about the Minecraft king 1, 2, 3, etc. Knight on c6 looks like if you take, you're gonna give them isolated pawns. So that'd be a good idea, but I think he missed the stuff. And also maybe white needs to play a little bit of king h1 at some point. The bishop on c8 doesn't really play. But he's going to play after b5, bishop b7. I'm pretty sure about this. Yes, Yokai was a great game previously, and white did amazing. That STM guy from Essex or something. Okay. No, that's not a good stuff for white to play Minecraft King. Don't do this, brother, because you're weakening the king side tremendously. You shouldn't have played that one. I guess from black's point of view, b5, bishop b7, just great. Yeah, but he did b6 in the same spirit, don't get me wrong. Yeah, what do you do with this bishop? Let me think. I think you could play bishop f6. You don't take the knight with the bishop. I'm always biased. Yes, that's the move. Bishop f6. I'm always biased to protect the bishops a bit more than the knights. So bishop f6 now is nice and safe. White took. You got to take back. Now, is he going to take again? I hope not. So bishop e7, as I said ages ago, this is the move you want to play. Bishop e7. Okay. He moved the queen. He connected the rook, so to speak, white. I don't like the king's position, the white king's position. It's too much exposure. So he shouldn't have played maybe with such an exposure on the king. I guess you got to stick a rook yourself on the d file. There you go. Rook a to d1 makes sense. b5. You could have played b5 from the very beginning. But anyway, maybe I missed the subtlety. Maybe I missed the subtlety. Thanks for the like. Thanks for the follow. For the subscribe. My Facebookers, my TikTokers, my Twitchers. What's the plural of Twitch users? I don't know. What's Rook AC? Why? You want to push this guy? Gain entry or something? He tries to challenge the c3. Should be challenged. c3 should be challenged. Anyway, it's Minecraft guy. Turn to play. Notice, guys, there's no safe square for the king to go to. I mean, it's just moving back and forth, something. There's no clear plan for white. Black king is way safer than the white king, I'd say. I'd say the white king is definitely way safer position than the black king. The black king is, the white king is less safer. That's what I said. Black king is cool, white king is not cool at all. Twitch Tonians. You guys always way more creative than me. Yes, Twitch Tonians. Okay. Why did he play King H8? Can someone elucidate this mystery, guys? Why did Yukai play King H8? Exactly? I mean, is this like he just waits for he waits for white to do something? What's the stuff with King H8? I mean, if you had played H6, I would or G6, I would understand maybe. You know, G6. I mean, just play G6. But King H8, like, why? Exactly. Bishop E7, Knight F6. This is so unclear, but if you want to play H5, you don't go King H8 though, Jack. You don't go King H8 if you want to play H5. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, that guy is dropping, regardless. Unless the knight was on But that's very passive to play bishop e7 ideas, Jack. It's very passive, bishop e7. Really, why would you go to e7? I don't think so. Trades off now. The king is further exposed. Queen b7, check. Take advantage of the open diagonals and this, that. I think. Okay, it's not over. It's happening. Stuff's still happening. Things are still happening. He tries to complicate stuff. Goes after e2. A little bit of a connection. I mean, the queens could potentially trading off each other. Let me look at the pawns. 4-2-6, 3-3-6. I don't think black should go for trades very much. But I reckon now he goes for the a2 pawn, I assume. But let me ask you something. Is b3 playable now for white? There you go. Now you're going to have to move the queen. So that's a check. Okay, I get it. But probably queen f3? Oh. I think he was supposed to kind of trade, because trading is beneficial for white. It waters down the black's attack very much. And eventually you're going to trade. And also this is a good battery for white. Again, don't get me wrong. I'm rooting for the guy with the black pieces because it's our club. So let me flip the board eventually if I can. Can I? I don't see where's the flip the board button, but anyway. Why did black play? He tries to avoid the trade. And also, not just he tries to avoid the trade. And not just that, you want to put the rook where the white queen is because you want to push this guy forward. e5, he wants to open up and attack the queen with the rook. So I think it's something in relation to that. You want to push this pawn, open up for the black rook. Because that's where the white queen is. Ooh, black queen, you better move it like now. I don't know where. Maybe h5 would have been better. You know, just to keep things under control a bit. So I think perhaps queen should have went to h5. Jack, am I right? Tailed fox, am I right? Queen to h5 would have been a better, maybe wiser, more active square for the queen. That's exactly right, Jack. I think queen to h5 would have been way better. Have you noticed, Jack, now, white aims to trading off the material, because as more you trade with white, black loses all the attack. Hello, Firiat. Thanks for visiting, brother. Good stuff to having you here. So that's a check. Knight takes. And Jack, have you noticed that step by step by step, black had lost all the leverage, lost all the attack, lost all the freaking diagonals, lost everything, gave up on the bishop pair, and now the game is starting to looking very dry. Okay, goes a little bit after the c3 like twice. So, okay, there is something. But I guess you could play queen? Just have a good Alekhine sort of gun on the d file. Just get queen d2. Have triple power, you defend c3. Maybe then you can fantasize about knight f3 and then getting what? Okay, I guess he wants to look this way. Maybe. Maybe I would have played queen d2, but I guess this one can potentially be played. Then maybe you want to look at knight f3 and some knight e5 ideas. Triple attack now on c3. So now Yukai goes for the simplest ideas. He goes 3 times on attacking c3. How do you defend the c3 weakness? I think this one would have been maybe interesting, but I'm not sure. Okay, rook c1 defense. Knight goes to safety. Fine. He wants to readjust maybe the knight. Okay. Okay. Queen now just stops the knight, obviously. Opening up now the e file. I don't think you should take. I think you should play the knight. No. He shouldn't have taken. He shouldn't have taken. He shouldn't have taken. He shouldn't have taken. Anyway. No, I don't like it for white now. I don't like it for white, and white is going very low on time. That's a double power, kind of. You can't do it now, but you will do it. You got all sorts of things coming. It doesn't look good for... You got all sorts of things. Okay, attacks the queen. Queen has got to go. Should you explore a little bit of black queen? Do you want to get the black queen on h3? I'd like to have the black queen on h3. Oh, you want to get the knight, actually. I don't think that's a bad idea. It looks very good for black again. I think white is going to sabotage himself, sooner or later. Uh, White is going to sort of like panic and going to sabotage itself. Maybe queen to c8, knight to h3, and it doesn't look good for white now. It doesn't look good. What's that? That a trade? Can black decline the trade? I wonder. Well, that's hit on the queen. This is an attacking move. You got to be careful with that axe, Eugene. Okay. You don't trade, do you? You don't trade. You got 1 minute. That's a check. Nice. A check is a check. Got to play very carefully. Yeah, there is all sorts of stuff here. What? He blocked to the knight. Well, okay. There's got to be some tactics floating here. It's got to be some danger. The knight is pinned, by the way. What is this defensive move? Why would you take... Okay, but the knight is pinned. You didn't have to play rook back on e7, right? The knight couldn't have taken the rook because it was pinned. Anyway, that's a check now. So here we are. I hope you're not going to do double threefold repetition. That would be a shame from black's point of view. The white king is very much exposed. That's not a necessary move, I gather. No, that wasn't a good move. He allowed white to push a c-pawn. And now you guys going to have a little bit of issues with knight coming to d6, and good luck with that. That's a check, but okay, moving. No. Something fizzled out. I'm telling you, Jack. Something fizzled out with black. Black squandered a couple of great opportunities. It's not over yet. Minecraft King might get flagged. Sooner or later. He might get flagged, but now, exactly, back rank. Whoop, there's all sorts of checks coming, including here. Oh, hello, Queen F5. I don't know what... I think Yukai just messed it about. I think he messed it about. He was... There's something fishy going on. Queen... no, not this one. I think he should have played queen here to cut off the queen completely. Because it's deadly. The black queen is deadly for white. So I think white should have played maybe this. Oh, sugar. Yeah, this tactics. That's it. Goodbye. Goodbye. Good game. GG, Minecraft and Yukai. GG, Minecraft. That was that. Yes, that was a tactic. That's it. Now, okay, maybe not completely over. There's still 3 seconds. The knight stays very well where they are. Okay, he got to keep pushing because there's rook and knight, and there is a pass pawn potentially. But I guess, yeah, now the queen is going to chip away at the pawn chain. He has to try now. It's rook and knight, and people blunder. I don't think, yeah, but it's very difficult. But you need to try. Just a couple of seconds. White queen now is going to fork something sooner or later. But I think it's kind of done now. Now it's done. Now it's done. That's that. That's that. It's finished. I think both players wasted some chances, some good chances. At some point, white, if they had better choices, probably things would be different. Now it's finished. But let me have a look how he converts, how black converts. Just push the pawn. Knight can't go nowhere. Well, I mean, you can go here or something, but it's check if you play the knight. There's all sorts of... Just move the king, I guess. Move the king, exactly. There's not too much to do for white. Really not too much to do. Yeah, there's pretty much nothing to do. Yeah, he takes everything. It's done. It's a little bit done. Okay, that's check. Check again. You're gonna go behind the knight, and they push it, and this guy's gonna move, and you cannot stop it. Nah, that doesn't mean nothing. Check, I guess. You go queen e3. You're gonna push the pawn again. That's it. Black is winning. Black is winning here. Yeah, white had his chances, but they messed it up somewhere. And then black just won in the end. Back to 67 Inter counted this and that. Other players. Uh Reneshika. Okay, let's have a look here. Reneshika. I don't know. The dark squares are suffering tremendously. I'm a little bit worried about something like bishop g5. Whose turn is it? Black's turn, okay. Bishop g5 should be played, and then play this. Make the knight go away, then bishop f6 and queen to g7 checkmate. This is it. So they better play this now. Play this one now, bishop g5. You attack the queen. Yeah, the queen might go f8 though. They might go f8. To which you play probably h4, something. He plays now c4. I don't think that's a bad idea. That's not a bad idea in itself. Oh, come on. Oh, you bloody can't take it. So, okay, play the bishop g5. And you're going to take it later on. Because, yes, that's it. White's winning, fellas. White is winning. Knight. You could try this nonsense a bit, but then queen h4. And then the knight is being attacked and the queen is being attacked. So that's just about it. White's winning, right? You've got a bishop pair, the dark squares around. So this is very instructive, boys and girls, because when you're pushing this pawns and your opponent has the dark square bishop here, yeah, so I was expecting this to happen, but now queen h4. And then again, knight's going to get captured. I guess black is going to save the queen. There you go. Nice one played the Reneshika. Queen h4, attacks the knight. Knight goes, well, that doesn't mean nothing, does it? You take with a pawn. You take with a pawn. Now with the bishop, because then it's going to be a trade. So you take with the pawn here, yes. You take with a pawn and you're threatening winning the queen with f7 check. Well, wait a minute. Take the rook first. Good. They do well. Reneshika does well. Now pawn takes, and now you're going to win this guy. And it is game over. Bishop takes f6, and it's game over. Yeah. It's game over. This one's done. That extra bishop means everything. That is that. Queen goes, but whatever the queen goes, you could try harass with rook b1. That would be a good idea. Rook b, just try to attack. Anything. After bishop goes e6, then push the c pawn, attack it with the, if they take, you take. Yeah, I guess you can, but then rook comes over here. Queen? The queen is a little bit overworked. Nah, back rook b1, actually. You want to get the rook here because you attack this guy. Okay, they shut off, actually. Actually, that's a very nice subtlety here. You better save that bishop. And you got to save the bishop with bishop to d4 because you got to look a little bit after the f2, right? Just a little bit. Maybe you move the queen after all somewhere. Yeah, you could play g5, but I guess this one looks maybe more attractive. Maybe. Nah, I don't know about bishop b2. Maybe they want to play queen here for this. Maybe. Maybe that's what they planned after all. So queen to d4 and then queen to h8, like checkmate. It's a threat. I probably would have played bishop to d4, and I would have played some rook to b to attack the bishop, but I guess this one works as well. Now you see, you can't take on h6 because of this. So that was not quite necessary to play in this fashion. He shouldn't have played this. Okay, push the f-pawn. White should push the f-pawn now. Normally you don't have to do it, but now because there is no dark square bishop, I think white should play this one to making sure there is no trouble coming on the f-file. Yeah, that works too, winning the queen, right? But now bishop c8, which black has to play because if they don't play, they just simply lose the queen. Well, queen g3. Queen d4, queen d4, queen d4. You defend, you have a checkmate threat, that's game over. Not mentioning the bishop takes e6, that wins the queen, but there is the threat over checkmate. Black should resign. So I think black should resign at this stage. Very well played, Reneshika. Very well played. That's checkmate on h8, which black can't defend. I mean, you could play stuff, but it doesn't mean anything now. It's game over. There's no defense here. It's lost since white had won the extra minor piece. Black had lost then. Now it's just a formality. If white plays correctly, the game is finished. Okay, you can't go with the h8 now, obviously. You can attack that queen. You could play actually, well, let me think. You could play this, then go for this, and the queen is gone, or whatever happens. It doesn't. That's that. So rook takes e6, wins. Yeah, sure, that wins as well. But the king's gonna go back, but then checkmate coming. Okay, that's fine. I guess you got the first line, the second line, and the third line, but this one just probably the most aggressive one. Bishop d3 is better than taking on e6 because it goes after the king. They can't block with anything. The king goes g8 and then back to queen h8 threat. Checkmate. Done. Very well played, Reneshika. Very well played. Nice. Almost 300 students play this under 18 years of age. I am focusing on the students of Richmond Junior Chess Club. I also told the parents I'm going to try to cover. So I can't see any other RJCC student apart from Yukai who's grinding a great deal. Eric Gregory. Let's watch Gregory from Worcestershire playing Yukai again. Queen being hit by the rook. Move the queen away. Queen goes after kind of this, but you can't really take it because bishop h2, check, and the queen is goodbye. So you can't really take on d4. Just yet. Not just yet, Gregory. Queen also attacks on b7 a little bit. Nah, that wasn't necessary. I don't think that was necessary. Well, wait. The bishop was attacked by the pawn, right? So you gotta move the guy now. 9 takes. Okay. White still can't take on d5 because b7, it's a bit of a poison pawn, isn't it? Yeah, I think it was a bit of a poison pawn. Yeah, they still attack you on the b file. You're gonna move the queen? Yeah, still defended. I'm not sure that was the best one, but anyway, here we are now. Rook c7 attacks queen again. Oh, really? b2 now? We're shutting off. And d4, mind you, 1 and 2. There's also b2 attack. So, okay, let's see which way to go. Rook a to b, defending b2. Okay. Okay, fine. Fine. The bishop pair. White has the bishop pair. This knight is also kind of cool. It's very effective. The bishop is very happy. Yeah. If you actually take knight, it's going to take back on f4. Attacking the d3. And attacking pretty much those very important pawns in front of the white king. Queen to c3. Why is that? Defending twice, d4. Okay. Still they could take. One takes and open up the f file. Not sure. Hitting the queen better. Where do you go now with the queen? Where do you go with the queen? You have to move the queen. It's not a matter of you don't have any counter, a strong counter attack. You have to play purely defensively now. What? What is going on here? Wait, whoa. Rook c7 and you take on f4? No. No, right? That's got to be a mistake. I mean, it's got to be a blunt. Sorry, what the heck is this? After rook c7, you take with a bishop on f4. Well, rook takes c3. What the heck am I missing, guys? Jack and tailed fox. What is this? Bishop f4 is a blunder, right? Well, like rook takes c3, no? Okay, it's complicated. I'll give you that. Okay, it's complicated. If rook takes c3, I know there's the bishop hitting this and that. And after they take, also queen is attacked together and the bishop and stuff. I get it. But still feels a little bit maybe too easily played. I think rook takes c7 still. What do you think, guys? Jack and tailed fox. Shouldn't the rook take anyway? Or do you take... I don't know. It's... Oh, yeah. Dude, pay attention to... Yeah, if you got some... if you're operating a crane, careful when you're moving the crane and watching the live stream I'm doing here. I hope you're not operating... You're not a crane operator. I hope maybe you are a smooth operator, but not a crane operator. That would be risky business. I don't want to have this on my conscience. Look, this is something very, very fishy happening the last moves here. I mean, I'm getting seriously dizzy. I'm getting really dizzy now. What is going on? Knight takes. It's got to be like 2-3 blunders in a row or something, Jack and tail fox. Gotta be a couple of blunders, one after another. Queen d2. Very weird choices. Queen e1. Why not queen d2? After all. Okay. Probably I'm not the only one needing a second coffee. It might be some other guys as well. Okay. All in all, things considered here, black is just one knight up. So black is winning by virtue of more material. It's just more material. So you move the knight to safety. Okay, nothing matters at this stage now. Black is winning. Sooner or later. Yes, Jack. I think there was like 2-3 mistakes or maybe questionable options. There might be two. Tail Fox, there might be two. Yeah, I think they rushed at something, or maybe Yukai got tired, or Eric Gregory. All in all, things considered, now black is winning. Knight is going to go on c4, which is at a great outpost. Oh, and they... Oh, okay. Gregory just resigned, of course. Yeah. Done. I mean, he didn't resign. He got checkmated. He got checkmated. Look, this one is very common. Let me just briefly go back a bit. Just at that moment here. Is rook takes c3 or not? Is the question. This is more difficult than we might fathom at the first glance. Rook c3 was my first very option. And I would have played it 99.99 of the cases. And then rook takes c3 is indeed not that easy though. Why? Because after bc, we still have this bishop and we still have the rooks here. So there's still something happening. Still many complications though. Knight takes, rook b6, rook takes. This was not a very, very, very straightforward path for none of them. But I appreciate the position was very funky. So Eric Gregory created a very complicated situation. Again, rook takes c3 would have been my first choice anyway. But hey, here we are now, ladies and gents. This is where we are. 67th inter-county battle. You guy, go grab a coffee, man. I don't know, is he allowed? He's not even 18. Oh, none of them. They're not allowed coffee. But good, because I'm teasing them. I'm happy they're not allowed coffee, so I can teasing them and something. But I don't want to encourage them or anything. I want to encourage them to eat cookies and cocoa milk. I think this one is legit, right? Milk and biscuits, I think it's legit for them. So I think you need some biscuits and things. Okay, queen a5. So Yuka is white here. There's many things happening. Very positional. It's like Fabi plays. It's like Fabiano Caruana plays versus Levon Aronian. It's like you could stay like 1 hour watching this position, figuring out what the heck am I supposed to play. So he took on c6. I think you probably should take with the bishop. But I don't think taking with the pawn would have been a great disaster, because this move wouldn't have happened. If black took, hear me out, guys. If black took with the b, you wouldn't allow white anything like this in principle. Potentially, I'm talking about the d5. So now they took with the bishop, which again, I don't think it's a big mistake or anything. That one also challenges the queen, so black has to keep this in mind. He moved the queen away, refusing to trade. I'm going to tell you something. Maybe just take the queen. No, it doesn't work. Take the queen. Apologies because of this. No. So queen d8 was the correct move played by Drua. Something like that. So queen d8 now defends e7. Actually, this is the best move. I guess very much. Bishop b6 attacks the queen. It starts being more and more and more uncomfortable. Queen has got to go somewhere. Now you could get some rook over to d where the black queen is. Or maybe you can drop this guy and try go for some knight b6. Maybe black doesn't pay attention and gets forked. It's an idea. But maybe rook ad. Maybe rook ad. What did he play? Knight c3? Oh, come on. No? Is it really the move? Doesn't feel like the move I'd go for. I think I would rather play rook ad1 here. If I was white, I'd go rook ad1. No, I wouldn't. I don't retreat my pieces. I don't get my pieces back. Seldom getting my pieces back. But I do not withdraw unless there is a very, very sufficient reason. Knight to c3, like, why? No, you don't get the pieces back. That knight was staying very well where they were. Maybe they've calculated the guy with white was Eric Gregory. That's, I mean, the username of the player. But knight c3 here doesn't feel the best or the most correct move, if I may say it. h5, pushing the h now. Well, yeah, knight c3 means nothing, Jack. I agree. Yeah, that's what I said. Knight c3 doesn't make any sense. I don't know what you want to do with knight c3 at all. I don't know what that's do. The knight should have stayed there. h5 again, maybe unnecessary. If you consider the queen g5 coming, if you just consider this, and then rook a2, you just allow white to get the queen closer. h5 is not a necessary move. I don't feel like it is. Rook ac1, I don't understand at all. Maybe you could guys explain me what does rook ac1 do? I mean, I'm really keen on understanding what's this doing. So why the heck did he play rook ac1? Can someone explain what's this stuff? Rook ac1 exactly. If you want to play that rook, I suppose you're getting rook a d1. You're not playing rook a c1. You go rook a d1. I think he just moved it to move something. H5. It's not necessary. Let me tell you why I don't like h5. Apart from queen g5, it's not just that, but after queen g5, you could potentially take on g6 and the pawn is pinned. So this is actually a dangerous option. h5 is definitely a bad move. This is not a good move at all. Not at all. Unless he wants to dream about king h7, but that doesn't feel okay in the slightest. It doesn't feel okay. Rook ac1, it's a complete overwasting move. I don't see nothing behind it. Wait a minute, the guy just played a couple of moves. I apologize, I got stuck in the past. Okay, knight e8 doesn't mean nothing. I think they're just messing about at this stage. Sorry, guys, I think they're messing about. There's no... Yeah, so, I mean, look at this one, Jack. He played rook a c1, and now he plays rook c to d1. Well, you could have played rook a to d1 from the very start. Unless he's doing a part-time job and something else in the meantime, because otherwise I don't get that. I don't get this. Okay, bishop d4, I sort of maybe understand it. Goes on the same... Okay, let's move the queen to g5. Did he? Oh, finally, Yukai. Finally, queen g5. Threatening actually queen g6. Yeah, you could take queen g6 and game over. Yes, that was that. That was that. It don't matter. Okay, he defends now f7 with the queen. After black had played the pawn up, now queen defends f7. So now bishop takes. You can't take. This is a nice little subtlety. You can't move it because it's pinned. And if you take, queen is falling. Okay, now it's a checkmate on g7 practically. So, which actually came to be, indeed. Boys and girls, it did happen. It did happen. Yes, Jack, a single mistake like that h5, it completely ruined all defensive chances for black there. Any Richmond Junior players? No? Well, there's nothing I could do then. But let's watch someone, a student from playing for Sussex. That is Arthur. Yukai being white now again. Okay, he got a... What is this, dudes? Wait a minute. Also short. I think white has to be careful about that bad positioning with the queen and the danger for discovered and stuff. They got to be careful about this one. Oh my... Let me tell you something actually, guys. What about something like this rather than castle short? What do you think, Jack, about knight to e4 rather than castling short, which Arthur actually played? But what do you think about this one? This. I would be very uncomfortable after knight e4. If I had the white pieces after something like knight e4, I'd be very uncomfortable because it attacks the queen. And not just the knight attacks the queen, the black queen keeps the pressure on the pinned white knight. Sorry, but this is very uncomfortable. I think Yukai is, again, doing some funky stuff here. Okay, he moved. He appreciated the danger. The guy did play knight e4, but just one step, a little too late. Just a little too late. Yeah, I understand now, but it's just a bit too late. Yeah. He had a chance to try that one just a bit early. Anyway, I think Yukai tends to underestimate the players that are like 200 points less than himself. I think he tends to underestimate, and he just plays sloppy moves because of that. He thinks he can just get away with everything, with anything, and he just plays stuff. But it doesn't take it very seriously all the time. Or after all, maybe he's just tired, you know. Now, there is a thing about the rook attacking c3. So maybe you could defend. It doesn't feel okay to take the black knight because they're going to take, black's going to take, and then you're going to have to worry all the time. Actually, it's quite dangerous taking the black knight with white. I think black should try play something like rook f to c. No, that doesn't feel okay. I don't think that's okay. I don't think that... Okay, I can see the attempt. I can see the attempt. Let me see. G6. This one here. You can't bloody stop it. Can you take that with a pawn? Yeah, but still the same thing happening. Dude, this is actually a little bit complicated. Because after queen departs... Okay, you've got a checkmate threat in the move, though. Can you push this one check? Then they're going to go here. It's actually double-edged, but I think white is moving a little bit faster. Yeah, it's actually a little bit complicated. If black plays a g6, it's queen h6, and I think you cannot stop the checkmate. You just can't stop the checkmate. That was this. That was that. So now black has to investigate. I think black has to investigate things like what? Things like what? Queen to d8? And when they take, you don't take with the king. You just play something else. I don't know what. You play something else. He wants to play this. Okay, maybe. Okay, maybe. He was a smart kid after. He didn't actually push, which was been very deadly. He plays queen to c5, wanting to potentially go to f8 and stopping the checkmate threat on this. Defending, actually. White has to be very careful about moving queen whenever, wherever, because of this dangerous... this is a checkmate in a move. Yeah, but there's a check first. This has got to be very carefully played. Let me tell you something. Check. From this guy. From the bishop. Check. Okay. King has got to move. G1. Okay. Then you're going to go quickly queen f8, I assume. To defend. Okay. I think you should play it in this fashion. First, push the pawn down. So this guy should go down regardless. You got to go this guy down regardless. And then you're going to play... yeah, okay, fine. He chose to play defensive now. He could have pushed that pawn with the check anyway. He could have. He could have. Anyway, queen f8, defending against the checkmate. Okay. White's turn now. If I was white, I'd probably play king g1 now. I'd probably do this right now. I think. Why rook c? Okay, still this one. Check is a check, guys. And it's the mother of the checks, so to speak. Incredibly uncomfortable for white having that bishop on b7. Cruising. So e3 and, okay, he pushes the queen away. Queen's gonna go on e3. What? What is this, man? Okay, what did Yukai just do? Okay. Well, okay. This, people choose to do stuff. It's not very clear all the time. Maybe he dreams about knight b5 and then knight to d6. Maybe he dreams about this stuff. But this move, yeah, now you can't push the pawn. You could have. Now it's a bit too late, I'm afraid. He should yeah, okay, I get it. He keeps the bishop here. He has to keep the bishop there. And please push the pawn, for Christ's sake, after. That's a check. You gotta push this guy. Okay, he wants probably to double up on the C. Rook a c8 and take on c. Yeah, okay, fine. This is weird. I would have pushed that pawn ages ago, I think. Push the pawn, man. Check the king. You should push the pawn, check the king, move this guy. Well, then maybe get the rook behind the passed pawn and push the pawn again. Maybe. I mean, maybe. But push it first thing first, right? What do you think, Tail Fox and Jack? Shouldn't Black push that pawn like ages ago? Oh, finally. Oh, boy, I just grew like 10 years old now. And now, finally, he went with rook e4 idea that I've said. Put the rook behind the passed pawn. That's another principle. There is something about a c7, though. But you're going to play some rook to d. And that's that. Rook supports this guy a bit, attacks this white pawn. I think it's very... It is very playable. Yes, Jack. So it took a while. I would have played it, I think, 6 moves ago. And Yukai plays a little bit extra defensively. Lately, he does a lot of defensive maneuverings. A lot. Like, very much. It took on E. I don't think is a big blunder or anything. Not even a small blunder. There's still nice E7 floating. Again, that's what is. Arthur's turn. How do you improve stuff for black here? Rook attacks. Well, a4 and the guy is relatively safe, but then there might be this coming, and I don't know how you defend. He defends and sort of attack the bishop, which is very uncomfortable. You would rather... Nah, black shouldn't have played this. No. That bishop was quintessential for attack. That bishop was so important for attack. The bishop is still very important for black's attack. What happened, man? Why didn't he take the bishop? They're messing around all the time. They're messing about. Okay, bishop went to safety now. So from black's point of view, that bishop is very much needed. That bishop has to stay there. Don't trade off your bishop because it's an open position. This is very open for black. Black mustn't trade that bishop. That bishop is killing everything. It's very important, that bishop. Very important. Black should explore ideas with rook to the second rank. This is actually very important, and it's scary as hell. Rook b8 to b2, it's a massive headache. If black were to play this, and I was white, I would be really uncomfortable. I mean, this is a problem, rook b2. Rook b8 to b2, and Yukai's got an issue. He gets away with the kind of stuff, man. He gets away with this. Someone's got to do this. It's the mother of the outpost, Tailed Fox, indeed. So rook b2, and white has an issue. Big issue. Because rook g2. Oh my god, I can't even look at this. It hurts almost. Bang, you go here. Oh man, I mean, this is... It doesn't feel okay. Something's very uncomfortable. Perhaps you could push the pawn again. Check. What are you playing? You taking? There's all sorts of stuff floating everywhere here, starting with rook b2. What is he doing? What did he play? Oh, for Christ. What? He go to defend f now? I don't know what to say. Just, it pains me. Give the guy the pawn and just go for the b2 attacking card. You should go for the attack. No, you can't do this. Okay, he went with the rook to play absolutely defensively, giving Yukai all the initiative now. No. No. Okay, what is going on? Okay, maybe it's just me, but this is weird. Very weird. Black didn't play the strongest moves. Black did not play the strongest moves. No. He wasted big opportunities. Okay, there is one little element for black, very important, and now that is the pass pawn on the A file. That pass pawn is probably the beginning of the end for Yukai here. Why? Why? Okay. Why didn't he play King G8 rather than moving the rook there? I don't know. Don't ask me because I don't have an answer for this. Still, I think black should be winning though because of that very advanced pass pawn. Black should be winning. You've got to win this. Play rook f6 trade off, man. Just get the rook on f6. White rook takes, king takes. Just trade off now. Rook f6. No way. No. Rook f6. Rook f6. Rook f6. King f6. The white rook can't go nowhere because you're going to push and promote. He is not playing the best moves. And I guess the time pressure could be probably the explanation for missing some. Maybe for us as bystanders, the most aggressive ideas are being missed due to time pressure, perhaps. Yes. Yes. So black should trade the white rook on the f file. Just get rid of one of the rooks. Take now. I hope he takes. Okay. No. Okay. There's now it's a draw. No, now something happened. It's a draw now. This is a draw. With the most correct play. This is a draw probably. It's a draw. Let me go back a little bit though. Let me go back. No. No. So, okay, let me think. Six. What about king here for this? Look at this one, Tail Fox and Jack. What about king h4 for rook g3? You get the king to h4 and you attack h3 and g3 and then you're going to take it. I think that's actually the killer. So, Mr. Heaven, I'm covering this live event. I don't think I'm going to play any live chess today, but tomorrow I'd be waiting for you, Mr. So, king h4, rook g3, rook. King h4 is the killing move here. Tailed Fox and Jack. King h4 is the killing move. You cannot defend g3 and h3. This is the move black should have played, I guess. Well, no, now it's up. Let me go move 70, 80, 90. Oh, Lord, now black is losing. Arthur was actually stalemate. They stalemated. Yeah, because he won the opposition. You can't push the black king away. You can't push the black king away. That's that. Well, good luck with that. Black lose both of the two back pawns. Let me see. If king h4, we're going to ask the Almighty anyway in a second, Tail Fox. If king h4, you say rook takes, right? Okay. Let's try rook g3. Where do you go? With the king. If you go on the h, I guess check again. King h4 seems to be very, very, very attractive. Yeah, I understand the f6 is getting taken and probably the h as well. But is there enough compensation after you do check, eventually go with check and then taking k as well? It's very intense. Let's find out what's the best move here. What does the Almighty say? The Almighty says h5. It's a minus. Rook 5 to a4, rook 3, rook a6, king g6. Is king h4 losing? Asking for a friend. Well, I just played the move. King h4. That was the move that I was really attracted to do. Not this one, but king to h4. The engine says minus 2.5. Rook f6. Tail Fox says that we're losing this and that. Rook g3 leads to draw. This is very complicated. The move to win is actually rook a6 in the first instance. The idea with with king h4 was actually the correct plan, Tailed Fox, but it's got to be followed up by rook a6, defending the h6 pawn. White's going to play something. Notice they can't. Can they? Rook f3. It's got to be a mistake somewhere. Yeah, because king takes, of course, so they can't play this. So rook to f2, and now we're gonna have an almighty attack now with rook g3 and stuff. What do you play? King f1, rook g to a3. Wait, what? Rook g3, e3 back? If king f1, there is only one line that wins. Rook g3, a3. This is very complicated. Because you don't want to lose the a2 pawn. Actually, I think this is very important. You don't want to lose the a2 pawn, which is paramount. So you got to keep this guy alive. You're going to attempt to take with the king. King g2. Very, very arduous, very strenuous, and very complicated chess endgame, this one. I'm happy, actually, Arthur got stalemated because he fought a lot. And this is just so far from ending. Rook a8. Rook f6. Rook g3. Check again. Very complicated. a8. Rook f6. Well, sorry. Rook f3. No, wait. Rook f3. No. What's the best move? Rook f6 to go after this guy. Rook g3. King's got to move. f2, I reckon. Rook b3. This. It's very complicated. Rook b3. Jesus Christ. Then rook check. Yeah, well, yeah, but we attack the rook. And king goes God knows where. Rook checks again. King to g6. Rook e5. And the problem is this, I guess. Or rook b2 first and then this. Very complicated in a span of less than a minute. This is very complicated. No, it's just incredibly elaborate, Tailed Fox. This is just so not straightforward. This kind of rook's endgame, even with the passed pawn, is very difficult. The idea wasn't wrong with king to h4. It wasn't wrong, but it's crazy difficult to assess it so in depth. Very difficult. So, guys, I'm going to call it a day for the time being. I feel myself a little bit tired now, I gotta say, with all this live coverage. I'm planning tomorrow, being Tuesday, I'm planning some puzzles, some friendly games, some rapid analysis. If you guys want to look together, we can look at some of our rapid games that we played and discuss them. Thank you very much, Tailed Fox. Thank you, Jack. I think I've seen you, Jack, before. And the rest of our friends on Twitch and YouTube, and Firiat Teklu via Facebook. Thanks for the follow, like, and subscribe, guys. And I'd like to meet you again tomorrow. Take care, be good and be wise.